Alright, we are taking these wheels off today, both of them, bringing them up to the tire shop, having them put on some new rubber, and bringing them back here and putting them back on the truck. And we're doing it with all these tools right here in front of me, so let's get started. Alright, before I get started on this, right here are the bare minimum you need for this job. You don't need all this other stuff. It just makes the job a little easier, a little safer. But this is the bare minimum. Just a good solid breakover extension socket, inch and 5/16 socket. That's the inch drive, 50-ton bottle jack, and this torque multiplier. This thing is awesome. Don't rely on this to get off those wheels, because those tire shops put them on so tight. It's not going to work without a 6-foot extension. So get you one of these. It's like $120. The thing is awesome. We're going to go ahead and loosen up those lug nuts first, and then we'll go ahead and get that jack under there and raise the trailer on up, and then zip those lug nuts on off of there. All right, we're going to go ahead and talk about this thing before I get out there in the wind. This thing, you can find it on cheaterwrench.com. It's got a 65-to-1 gear ratio, meaning for every 65 turns of that handle right there, this side, which goes on the lug nut, will turn one time. So it will actually break the studs. If that lug nut won't loosen off of there, it'll just snap the stud. It's that strong. We'll go ahead and open it up here, show you what all is inside of it. But it tells you right there. You get a 41mm socket, 38mm, 33mm, and a 21mm. I believe mine is a 33, and also 1 5/16 works. So here's all the contents of this thing. There's your extension. Here's the handle for it. There's a small extension, and here's all your sockets, and then there's the main drive. Yeah, I'll show you how it works right after this. Got the socket on there, or you can just put it on the wrench first. Either way, go ahead and stick this back on there. And normally when you put it on there, it's going to be somewhere kind of random, and then you're just going to spin this until this side right here hits that lug nut. So you'll spin it counterclockwise, just kind of tighten it up with your hand, and then just stop it right there. Then once you've done that, go ahead, grab this handle, stick it on here, and just start cranking counterclockwise to loosen them off of there. There it goes. These tire shops put them on there really tight. That's loose. Usually when this thing drops, you'll see. Right there. Go ahead and pull it off. That's pretty loose. Let's go ahead and get the next one. Yep, counterclockwise. And you can get to where you can kind of count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So that's 20 turns. Let's see where that puts us on our next one. That's not where we want to be. Let's turn a few more times. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 turns. That's pretty good. So 25 turns. 1, 2, 3, They're tight. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Right where we want to be. All right, let's do this one more time. I'll give you all a different angle here. And 25, that's our magic number. So let's try this again, counterclockwise. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Go ahead and, whoops, move it on up to the next one. A little bit off that time. I think we went too far. Let's take it back a couple turns. 1, 2, 3. Let's see where that puts us. All right, that's good. So 25 turns once again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. And that puts us right where we want to be for that next one. So 25, that's the magic number, and that's taking into account the slack, because there's going to be a couple free turns before you can even start loosening it, because that's 1 turn, that's 2 right there. So you get about 2 free turns, but those count. All right, we got all the lug nuts loosened up, or wheel fasteners as DOT likes to call them. Anyway, so that's all we're going to need this for. You don't want to use this to retighten those lug nuts, because it's not a good, you can't get a good measure of how tight they are with it, really. That's what that breakover bar is for. And I believe mine is a Husky brand. I think I got it at what's the name of that place, North something. Anyway, I'll look it up here in a minute. Okay, so put the 33 millimeter back in there. Got the crank. Let's go ahead and, oh dang, I smell pizza. Hungry. Put this back in there, and everything kind of fits together fairly well, except for that. It just kind of floats around in there. Anyway, close her on up, and that's all we're going to need that for. All right, we're underneath the trailer here, and you want to make sure you got everything underneath the trailer before you go under it. Otherwise, you'll be back and forth underneath it, and that sucks. So we got our jack, and I got a 50-ton jack just because I want something that's going to easily be able to lift this trailer if it's, say, loaded down. You know, I got like a 48,000 pound load. This thing will lift it no problem. I got a 12-ton jack stand, which I would not recommend using this if you're loaded. At least definitely not by itself ever. Definitely want to make sure this is under there too. This is just kind of like a precaution, I guess. You know, I'd like to have something that in case this jack gives out, this is going to catch it. Trailer being empty, this 12-ton jack have no problems supporting the trailer. And of course, I got all these blocks, and I like to use these oak blocks. I know some of these are pine. We got a pretty big gap between the jack and the axle, so we might have to find somewhere else to put that jack, or we could just set it on a bunch of blocks, which I don't really like stacking blocks. So let's see if we can find somewhere else. All right, we're underneath the axle. There's the brake chamber. Definitely don't want to lift it right here. That's not supposed to be load bearing. So we really don't have any other option than to go with the axle. So we're just going to have to make a little stack of blocks and then set that jack on top of it. And before I make that stack, you can kind of measure how many blocks you're going to need. So we're about to right there. So let's use that mark for our blocks. All right, so remember this right here was our mark. So we got the blocks stacked up, We're pretty close, about an inch, so that's all we're gonna have to jack this thing up. Well, I just wasn't thinking whenever I was getting my jack set up, and had to go to the other side of the axle because there's no room to crank over there on the jack. So here's what we got going. So we got to flip this thing around. We're on the back side of the axle, the side facing the rear. All right, we got the jack set up here, and you want to make sure these boards aren't right next to the tires. Want to have a little bit of room to play with for whenever you take these wheels on and off. And I think we're ready to start jacking this thing up. Go ahead and tighten that on up. Oh, that's the wrong end. Got to do it from this side. Okay. Oh jeez, come on. There it goes. This jack is kind of fidgety, I won't lie. Okay, gotta make sure it's centered on that axle. Stupid blocks keep moving around on me. Okay, let's start cranking. This thing's slow. And you'll see right here as I'm cranking, all you gotta do is just look for that light between the tires and the ground, and give it about, oh, I don't know, half an inch, something like that, because you don't want it too high or it's a pain. Right there ought to work. And let's go ahead and put this jack stand under there. Just, oh crap, it ain't even gonna fit. This is why I don't like these tall ones. Nope. Oh wait, what the heck? I don't know what just happened, but it does fit. Magic, that's what happened. I use this little hammer gun to get these lug nuts off of there once I've loosened them. I'm eventually going to get a bigger gun because this thing keeps snapping the little shank right there, whatever you call it. It's so small. It's this thing's powerful, and it snaps that thing really easily. But for now, it works. Zip her on off of there. Alright, and this is one tool I forgot to mention in the beginning of the video. Get you a good long pry bar. I'll show you how that will how that will become handy here in a minute. The idea is you can get this thing under here, and the stupid curb is right in my way. I should have positioned this trailer somewhere else, but this is where we're at now. Anyway, this will go under your tire, and it kind of helps you pull out on that tire so you don't mess up the threads as you're pulling this tire off. Working out. Stupid curve. There we go. Jeez. Well, that was not how that was supposed to go. Whatever. pull this off. Maybe this one will be easier since we got a little more room to work with. We're going to raise it up a little more. That ought to do it. Oh. Come on, what the hell? These tires suck. Okay. Hey, that was not too bad. Still not perfect, but better than the last one. And I forgot to mention a while ago, the reason I'm changing out these tires is because the tread is almost under 2/32. How do I know that? Just buy one of these at your local truck stop. It shows you right here in 30 seconds. So stick it down in there, kind of press it down, bring it back up. We'll see where we're at. 30 seconds. You can see right there, we're right at about 3. So if you got a DOT officer who's kind of a, I'll just say it, kind of an asshole, he might try to find that spot on there where there's 2:30 seconds, and I guarantee you he'll be able to find a spot if he wants to, or he might find a spot where there's 1:30 second. So when I get down to this level, I just go ahead and change it. It's not a good look whenever you get pulled over. I don't have that much luck. Well, you probably wondered what this was for at the beginning of the video. These two, I'll show you. I don't recommend these for a truck like mine. My truck's a 3/4 ton Chevy. Never work under your truck with these pieces of crap. I'm not getting under it. I'll show you what I'm going to use them for. But get you some good metal ramps or something. Not these. These things are trash. All right, we got both ramps up front, and we're about to drive up on them. And like I said, these ramps are trash. Don't be trying to work underneath the truck this heavy with these ramps. I'll show you before and after. See how that side's pretty straight right now? Alright, well that didn't go how I thought it was going to go. The ramps are out here trying to make me look bad. They actually held up pretty good that time, so whatever. Last time I used them, they were bowing pretty bad. Maybe I was a little off center. I don't know. Regardless, I'm not working underneath this truck with those ramps. Okay, so we got the trucks up on the ramps, and I got my air dumped because I got airbags on this truck, you know, because I like hitting switches. And so now I'm going to show you what the ramps are for. All right, we're going to put this thing on the back on the ground here, and this is a 4-wheeler ramp from Tractor Supply. I think it's 8 feet long. So you drive that truck up on those ramps, it kicks the tail end of this truck down a little, makes rolling that tire up on the ramp just a little bit easier. Alright, we got these 2 tires loaded up. This one here's on a steel rim. That one over there is on an aluminum rim. I'm going to keep this tire. I'm hoping I get credit for that one over there. Speedco has a program where if you bring in a tire that doesn't have, like if you're getting your tires changed out and it's retread, they give you a credit for that old retread as long as the sidewall isn't damaged. So make sure you bring that up if you go into Speedco and you run on retreads. Alright, we're all set to go. Got everything strapped down. Looks Looks like something a flatbedder would do, right? We're back up here in the truck, and in a lot of my videos I've been using this Gojo stuff. They're not paying me, you know, I don't get paid for any of this stuff, but if I see a good brand, I'm gonna recommend it on here. And this Gojo stuff is awesome. Don't have to use gasoline or diesel to get off the grease and dirt from my hands. Instead, I just get some of this, and the thing I like about it from the other brands is you don't need water. Just, you know, get you a little dab of it and just start doing your thing, and it just kind of dissolves away everything on your hands. But anyway, there you go, hands clean. And that was some nasty stuff that was on there. All right, we're pulling in here Speedco, get these tires dropped off. I'm glad I didn't drive the truck over here, because there's a line here. Well, this just ruined my day. We got a bubble right here on a brand new tire, so we're gonna have to take this thing back to Speedco and have them swap it out to a tire that doesn't have a bubble in that. That will get a lot worse over time. It's where the tread's separating, and it will bubble out more and more every day. So it's small right now, but it's going to get a lot worse. So this sucks. Yeah, we're going to go back. All right, back to Speedco we go. Trailer tire is loaded back up. Awesome. All right, we're gonna go ahead and roll this steel wheel over here. Kind of walk it on there. This is where this pry bar comes in handy. Kind of do this. Well, we need the spinner. Looks like it's lined up. Almost. A little more. Let's push it on there. She's almost there. Kind of hit it with your feet. There it goes. Do the same with this one. Oh, we got lucky, we actually lined up on this one pretty good. Just jack it up a little bit. There it goes. All right, time to zip these lug nuts on there. Of course, I just put them on by hand at first and turn them about 2 or 3 turns. Make sure they're not cross-threaded. Don't just turn it a couple times, because you never know. That thing gets cross-threaded. Good luck. Usually you just have to replace the stud or the nut or both. All right, we got the wheel fasteners on here. We're gonna go ahead and zip it on, and I'm gonna start with the bottom and then move up to the top. Still got a ways to go. A lot of slack. I might need to, yeah, I think I need to raise it on up a little bit. Yeah, we raised her on up. Now we can tighten that on a little bit more. And let's get off of there. Let's move it on top. Now let's go to the side. And just keep doing it this way. Just keep working around it. Don't start like right here and then just do this one, then this one, then this one, then this one. Do kind of cross pattern. One here, one here, one here, one here. And just keep working across, and it'll kind of tighten on there evenly. Now I'll go over here. Now I'll go down here. Oh, my gun died. Dang it. All right, we got a new battery. Gotta make sure this thing works, because with the way things are going today, put this thing in there and it wouldn't work. Get it off of there. All right, we're good. Let's go try to put this, I'm trying not to cuss. Let's go try to put these wheels back on. Oh, it's raining, of course. That would make sense. I would have had the wheel put back on, but no, now it's raining. Okay, we are back. For the love of God, would this just, can I get this tire done, please? Jeez. We're getting there. Go at a time. You want to get as much slack as you can out of these lug nuts, because you don't want to be trying to screw these on with this freaking 4-foot long breakover. It takes forever, so you want to get them as tight as you can with this without breaking that little shaft right there, which is hard to do, I won't lie. Now we can just go on around. Everything's tight enough. I think we're about there. Yep. We're gonna call that good. All right, we got my breakover bar over here. Basically, I'm gonna have to set this down, but you'll tighten this on around, and then once you feel it start to get tight, what I do, I weigh about 195 pounds. I stand on the end of that, which is plenty enough force to get these where they need to be. And I've looked that up. I'm not just throwing out some kind of redneck theory. That's actually, there's a formula you can use for every foot. Your with how much weight you put on it. I forget the formula, but I just put it into an app. Basically, it was like, this bar is however long. I weigh 195 pounds. If I put all my weight on the end of that bar, how much torque do I get? And it was plenty enough. I want to say it was, I can't quote a number right now, but I just know it was enough. I'll look it up and post it right here. Alright, I'm going to set this camera down and show you how I tighten these. Normally I start out with this bar about right here, probably at about a 10 o'clock position, and that'll take me on around where I don't have to pull it back off and put it back up and retighten it again. And I'll show you what I'm talking about right here. Alright, that right there. We're gonna go one more click. Good. That's it. All right, I'm tired. This ain't easy changing a tire this way, but makes it to where you can do it if you need to. I wouldn't be doing this if it if it was easy, right? Go ahead and pull this jack on out of here. There it goes. Oh my God, this has been an ordeal. Oh, you're gonna go easily in there, but you're not gonna come out. Oh, I guess I should have pulled it out first. See, my mind isn't thinking right. I'm tired. Oh, there it goes. All right, we are done. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and that next bolt you're trying to undo, it'll be standard, not metric. I promise you. Why are these ramps pieces of crap? Because you have to be parked directly on top of this or this for them to work. You can't be anywhere else on this thing or it'll give out. And it's got a hole right here, so you sure can't. You have to make sure you're completely centered on it as you drive up it. I just don't trust it, and it's rated at 3,000 pounds per ramp, which is insane. So it's actually rated for my truck, because my truck does not weigh more than 12,000 pounds for sure, and definitely not 6,000 pounds up front. And if you don't believe me, bam, right there. So I just don't trust them. Simple as that. It's just plastic. There needs to be more reinforcement. Also, these marks right here, this mark right here, right there, those are from Solo, which is what the channel's named after. He loved chewing on stuff, and yeah, he chewed right through this stuff.